All right, yes. So I did indeed make $100,000 in my first year being a full-time videographer. And a lot went into it, and a lot of it had to do with breaking rules and doing things that people told me not to do, but I actually found a lot of benefit in them. It does help when you have motivation like this sweet little baby girl right here. But today I'm going out for a couple shoots, and I thought that it was a good representation of kind of where I made my money throughout the year. So I'm gonna bring you guys along and I'm gonna show you what a normal day in the life looked like and explain each of these shoots today so that you can kind of get a feel for what you might want to do with your business. Say hi. Can you say hi? Also, I'm still new to this vlogging thing. I'm gonna bring you guys along. I'm gonna do my best to show you everything that I'm doing. I'm setting up a tripod and you guys are gonna be able to see it kind of from a third person view. And I'm gonna talk about each thing prior to going in and doing the shoot. One thing that I did want to share is that most of the year I was shooting on this bad boy. It's the ZV-E1, the Sony ZV-E1. It's got the same sensor as the FX3, which I'm filming on now, and the FX6. It was made for vloggers, and I actually got it so that my wife and I could vlog and do like family vlogs. But then it was so good that I used it for everything. I used it for all of my client stuff. It was my #1 go-to camera. So this is what we're actually gonna vlog on today. I'm gonna switch from the FX3 to this because I'm gonna be using the FX3 for my client work today. But this thing was $2,000 and I shot videos that I think were worth way more than what it looked like I was shooting on. It doesn't really matter where you start. It doesn't matter what camera you start with. My very first camera was the A6400, kind of, I guess I had the A7 III, but it doesn't really matter where you start. You can start making videos with whatever you have, and you don't need to go out and buy a $4,500 camera right off the rip. You can buy something like this, like a little $2,000 body, which you can get lenses for that are going to work. I use the same lenses that I used on the FX3 that I did on this. You can get those same lenses, you can start building that kit, and then when you are ready to upgrade the body, you can upgrade the body. A lot of the shoots that I'm doing today, I would have done on this in the last year. I am gonna introduce you guys to Big Red. Super excited about this truck and kind of a fun story. So you're gonna get to know Big Red a little bit. All right, so shoot #1. This is a client that I've had for just under a year right now. It's called Custom Fireplace. They build fireplaces that are custom. Pretty self-explanatory. We do these shoots a lot where we just kind of show up to a project that they're either in progress or that they have finished or that they're just starting, and we just kind of show off what it's gonna look like. We've been working on making sure we get good hooks. So we're gonna try to get a good hook today. I don't really know what it looks like in there. I don't know who's working, how it's working. So we kind of have to think on the fly when we do these just because there's a lot of different, sometimes there's different companies that are working at the same time. And so I'm guessing, he said that they're working on this. I'm guessing that we're probably going to show a little bit and do a little bit of talking, and then I'll come back when the job's finished and then I can get some video of it then. This is one of my 4 retainer clients. So I currently have 4 clients that I have on retainer that every month I do video work for them. They range anywhere from 4 to 8 reels a month right now, and currently it's $1,000 to $2,000. Those are clients that were my first clients, very first. Like, they were the ones that kind of allowed me to start doing this because it paid the bills, which allowed me to try different things. Since then, I have raised my prices and I don't work as cheap as I do for these people. I try to show loyalty to these guys because I'm thankful for the great year and getting a head start because of these guys. So I'm gonna honor their price up until they don't want me to film anymore. And it's kind of fun when you have these retainer clients, and it's even when they're small businesses, it kind of feels like I'm a part of the team, right? I'm not just a guy that's coming in and filming. Like, I am a part of the team, and I have a say when it comes to what stuff can look like and what they want it to look like, and I get to give my input. So I love these retainer clients because #1, it gives me stability. #2, I get to put my heart into it a little bit. So it's really fun. So that's where I think I made 60,000 of the 100,000 in these retainer clients. I think I did my math right. That is a majority of where the money came from this year. And then I've got a couple other shoots that I'm going to share more with you later. All right, so I just got back and it's time to get some editing done, but my office kind of looks like this, so I'm gonna clean it up real quick and then I'm gonna knock off a couple of the tasks that I had today on my planner. I got this planner last year and I used it for like 4 weeks. So something I'm committing to is using a planner to try and stay more organized and get things done. But today I need to do Scotty Heward's video. Shout out Scotty. She's I think 7th or 8th grade basketball phenom. So I filmed her. I've got an ad for glasses. I've done work with them. And now we're just doing another ad on stuff we've already shot. And then I went and filmed a drone show last week. So I'm gonna work on those 3 things until 3 o'clock when I have the drill video. I am going to, at 1:30, try to put together a shot list for the drill video. Something I didn't do in the last year was do shot lists for things. I kind of just did things on the fly and came up with it while I was there. So I'm trying to be better about that. So I'm gonna put together a shot list based on the dances they've already sent me so that when I go, I can have a little bit more planned out of what I wanna get. But first we gotta clean this up. All right, so this thing I'm gonna edit right now is Scotty Heward's video. It's just gonna be a quick reel. It's about an hour and a half shoot while she was training. What, you wanna come up? And then making 2 videos out of it, and I think it was 250, 350. Sports and youth sports is actually a big way that I got into videography and kind of got my name out there. Scotty is one that I filmed since she was like pretty young, and I've also done a lot for the high school. I've done high school basketball, high school football, I've done lacrosse. My little brothers played baseball, and I actually did a bunch of baseball for some college recruits. At first, it was super hard because it would be a lot of time that I'd be at these games and I'd be filming, and then it'd be for like $250 or $100, $150. It was difficult for me to know that I was putting that much time in. It was difficult to know that I could make more money if I went elsewhere to do other things. But I got a lot of jobs and I got a lot of projects because I had filmed different things, because I had done different sports. It just gave me a lot in my portfolio, and it also gave me a lot of experience trying to figure out how to take a basketball game where someone maybe didn't play well and I have to make that look good. It was pretty fun. I've enjoyed it. I've liked doing sports. I don't think that it's going to be something I do in the long run, although I feel that I'm pretty good at it. There's just not a lot of opportunity in St. George to grow. The local college, they just hire students, and then there's no professional sports. I think Las Vegas Knights are 2 hours from here, and then you've got Northern Utah's got the new Utah Hockey Club, and they got the Utah Jazz, but that's 4 hours away. So there's nothing in St. George that's like really a lot of money in. And although I love doing sports, I need to feed this little one and myself and keep the lights on. So I don't think it's something I'm going to do long term, but while my brother's still in high school, I'm sure I'll still do the high school basketball team, high school football team when it makes sense, and different videos like these that I can do that are fun. And especially when it's kind of a slower season, I can almost always pick up some sports. All right, so probably like the most annoying thing about editing is trying to figure out what song you want to use or what audio and what sounds. And that's why I use... Just kidding, I don't have a sponsored ad, but I'm also not gonna gatekeep, so I use Audio, it's AUDIIO, and then I also use Artlist. I pay for both of those. Audio is a full one-time, like I've got it for the rest of my life, which is pretty dope. And then Artlist, I pay for that once a month, but I got their max plan, so it's like audio footage, templates, AI voiceovers, a bunch of cool stuff. So there are so many different platforms that you can go and get stuff from. I don't really have a good reason as to why I use these, and I'm always wanting to use different ones all the time. So just find what works for you, and then you can use that. One thing that's cool about this next one that I'm working on, now that I have the Scotty video done, I'm working on an ad for the glasses company, and their manager or marketing manager or something sent me an ad that she really liked from another company, and basically just said like, make a sunglasses version of this. She said she loved the music in it. So audio specifically, they have Link Match AI, and that's pretty dope. I can just put the link to the YouTube video. It'll use AI to find the song in there and then give me a bunch of things that are like it. So I'm gonna go through these, pick out a song, and then put together this ad. Thankfully, I have a little roadmap as to what this needs to look like, so I'm excited about this one. All right, it's kind of funny. I've never really been good at doing like lists, like to-do lists and checking it off. And I don't really get like a high when I check things off. But for some reason, when I'm doing work and I check something off, it actually feels like way good. So I've currently got the Scotty video done. That's already been posted. John Doe just got done. They did get back to me and they just need me to put some audio at the end. It's 2:08, shoots at 3:30. I'm gonna show up at 3, so I've got like 45 minutes till I need to be over there. And I'm watching the drill dances for the first time, and I'm gonna try to create somewhat of a shot list. I'm currently just using like the notes app. I like being able to write, but I also like it being able to come wherever I am. So it's been pretty easy to just write it on notes, and then it's on my notes on here. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna use a random app that I can write stuff down on. I can like transfer it to normal writing. I'll put it in notes, and then it'll be on my phone with a shot list. So if anyone has a better idea or a better way to do this, I'm super open to it because I've never done shot lists. I've really just kind of gone and created in the moment, which is cool and great, and my stuff's been good, but I really just want to take it to the next level. So that shot list is going to be, I think it's going to be key for that. If you haven't suggestions, please leave them in the comments. If you don't have suggestions, then maybe I'm doing it the best way that I can right now, and maybe I'll learn another time. So oh my gosh, we're still recording. That is a long video. All right, so I made somewhat of a shot list. I just watched the videos and was like, okay, I want this, this, and this. So hopefully that helps in the process of going and doing this. Am I kind of nervous? A little bit, but also I'm not. It'll be great. Low key have been getting nervous before every shoot right now. And I think a lot of it has to do with like, I just want everything to look amazing. I want everything to look exactly how how I want it to look and how it looks in my head. And it doesn't always look exactly like that, but most of the time, if not all the time, all the clients are pumped with how it looks. So I'm gonna go get lights, get everything packed up, and go to the school and get to work. Another thing I'm working on is trying to be more intentional with the gear that I pack, so that I don't pack stuff that I don't need and then leave behind stuff that I do need. So I'm actually trying to pack the bag for the shoot. So kind of an obvious one, FX3 workhorse, that thing's going in there, and it's already got the 24-70 on it. I'm not gonna need my A7C2, but I am gonna need the 70-200, so we are gonna take this off. I hate taking off lenses. I'm gonna need the 70-200, but not the A7C2, so that is going in. My second camera for this is gonna be the ZVE one. I'm gonna set it up on a tripod just to get like random shots like that I might have missed, widescreen, just kind of like a safety net, I guess. Battery, this dude's at 55%, but that's a lot of battery. 67 on the monitor one. Monitor's already in here. I don't need that, but I do need this. Just extra cord just in case I want to use that for the monitor. And also this for this. Okay, it's not fully charged, but it's somewhat charged. And I think I'm gonna use this Nanite case for my lights. Should be good. Okay, I'm gonna need the lights together, and then this is going in the car. My lighting setup, let's see. You guys, wow, it's dark. Turn you up a little bit. Hey, turn me up. My lighting setup, my current lights, I've got the 200XS, and then I've also got the 60DS. Small little light, but it does a good job. Especially for what I'm doing right now, it's going to be kind of a light. I'm going to use this on. It's going to just shine super bright. Also, something that I really want to get better at is lighting. I think every cinematographer, every videographer, everyone that ever uses a camera knows lighting. Actually, people that don't use cameras know this. I mean, lighting is essential in like everything. You're on. Boom. Let's go. Okay, so I did tell you guys that I am wanting to work on my lighting skills, and I guess there's not really a better way to do that than having an entire stage to try to figure out. I've got my 2 lights, and then I borrowed lights from my parents' company because they have some lights, just GVM square lights, normal ones. So I'm going to try to set up. I'm going to do one main light, like a kind of a key light that'll get everybody, and then we want a lot of lights poking through the background. So I'm going to put hopefully 3 lights behind, kind of circling them, and I'm gonna go from there. All right, so I failed in vlogging the last two things. But I had a drill. I went and I filmed for the Snow Canyon drill team. And then right after that, I went to T-Box. And those are two different things that I feel like, represent a good portion of where money came from this last year. And businesses and sports. Again, like I was editing that Scotty video, I just had kind of a bunch of random sports that I'd pick up throughout the year. So I'd have drill or cheer, football, basketball, whatever, right? There's a sports league, like a winter basketball league, that a kids league, that I went and I would film them, and I'd charge them, I mean, shoot, was it $200 a week to go film for an hour or two and then make a little hype reel? So things like that actually ended up adding up throughout the year. Now, I don't anticipate doing as much of it as I did last year, just because I want to evolve and I want to kind of get out of that. And there's not a lot of room to grow in sports. I think I already mentioned that there's no professional team and that the college just hires like students. So I don't see a lot of growth there, but I do see growth in commercial. So yes, I had my awesome clients that I had all year, and those were my steady clients every month. They knew they were getting content and I knew I was getting money. But I also had a handful of clients that would reach out to me and they would just want me to do kind of random stuff. And those I priced a little bit higher, like per video or per reel, because there's not the stability in it. Oddly enough, I did a good enough job that they actually wanted me to come back several times. So a couple examples. Yes, T-Box is one of them. T-Box is, the marketing is ran by a guy that has his own marketing agency. And I ran into him while I was filming some YouTube golf. Basically, they have a franchise down here in St. George, filmed a bunch for them, and then I just sent them the footage. They edit it. I haven't charged them as much as I would charge somebody when I'm editing, but it's quick. Like tonight, I went tonight and I filmed for 2 hours and I charged them $300, and so it's about $150 an hour, and I'm not touching that footage. Or there were influencers, right? I would have a Steve Cook or a Brooke Entz, a couple influencers, fitness influencers that I filmed for, and we would do batch content, right? We'd film for a whole day or a half day, and then we'd produce 10, I think one time we did 30 videos, and I would charge them my whole day rate plus a little bit based on how many edits I needed to produce. But they were fully scripted out for me. All I had to do was go, set up, film, and then of course edit the video. And so little batch content like that actually got me a good amount of money. I would say is probably anywhere from 10 to 15,000. The next thing is golf. So I had some awesome experiences. I did some product stuff with companies, like a company called Grun Golf. They sent out packages, breakfast balls, another one. They sent out shirts, and I would just go do photo shoots, video shoots for them, and then I would charge them as well. But I started doing YouTube golf with a creator named Melosi. And Melosi, he was already in the process of blowing up, and I just saw that he had a great personality and was good on camera, but his actual production of his videos were lacking. And so I went and I hit him up. I DM'd him and said, hey, dude, like I see you're in St. George. Let's make a video. And we just started working together after that. And I learned how to make YouTube golf videos. And that was really fun and produced some amazing opportunities. I worked for Melosi and I did his videos, and it was one every week, and they were 20 to 30-minute videos, sometimes a little bit longer, and not often a little bit shorter, but sometimes in that realm, mostly in that realm. While we were working together, he joined Good. And I've got a whole story about that, and I'm going to roll that clip because I actually filmed this months ago, and it was kind of a really fun thing to show how I got to where I was. So it all started with a DM. I was watching Melosi Golf, and I saw him pop up on my page, and I saw that he's from St. George, Utah, and that's where I'm from. So I just DM'd him and was like, hey, man, I do videography. It looks like you have fantastic content, but the quality could be up. So let me see if I could come and make a video for you, and if it works out, then we'll do more and figure it out together. He was actually out here in Texas, and he was selling Dollar, and so he was like, yeah, when I get back, let's do it for sure. It took a little bit longer for us to actually work out the schedules and connect and get it done, but once we did, we made a super sick video, and from then on, we just kind of hit it off. So after that first video with Melosi, I understood that he was just trying to grow, and that there wasn't a lot of money involved right now. So I saw this as an investment, as an opportunity for me to do something that I love and hopefully get return in the future. So I told him that I would invest in him, and I would invest my time
and my talents to produce his content and make it as cool as we can make it, with the understanding that even if it's not money that's coming directly, that together we're gonna see more opportunities to grow, not just him, but also myself. And besides maybe camera gear, this was my first real investment. And I got in at the right time because immediately, Melosi started to grow. It didn't take very long because Melosi blew up. He grew like a weed. He got invited to a GM Golf Week in Houston with Garrett Clark, the biggest name in YouTube golf. I immediately knew I had to figure out a way to get on that trip. So I did. I had Melosi make sure it was cool with Garrett. And then I bought a plane ticket. $700. That was not in the budget for that month. I literally invited myself to a YouTube golf content trip. I told them that I'd be an asset to them, that I could come out and they can use me for whatever, but I'll get content for myself and Melosi when they don't need me. So I went out and had a blast. They didn't really need me. So when they weren't using me for their own content, I was just getting a bunch of cool videos that I could make reels out of, and taking a bunch of pictures. I sent those. I turned those around super quick, and I made those reels and took those pictures while I was there. It kind of left a little bit of a lasting impression, which of course I wasn't too upset about. Also, I am not right-handed, but I'm kind of getting good at right-handed putting from being here so often. All right, that's a lie. Nor can I hit right-handed, but we're gonna try anyways. Leaving that lasting impression was a big deal. It allowed them to have my name in their heads, so that when they had a tournament called the Midwest Open coming up, they needed some more people for content. They wanted to get some more shots and make sure they covered all their bases. My name was brought up and I was invited and hired to come film the Midwest Open, which was a golf tournament that was hosted by NBC and Peacock. So it was a big deal. They flew me out and I had an absolute blast. I got to meet a lot of people that I've watched for years and got to film them and show them what I could do. After the Midwest Open, I made a bunch of reels. I showed them the pictures I took, and they liked them, and it was really good. A couple months later, another GM trip came up, and Garrett's guy, Ryder, had actually gotten really sick. And I was in Lake Powell, and I get a text from Melosi informing me that Ryder had gotten sick, and Garrett had asked Melosi if he could get a hold of me and see if I could come out and film. So I guess really the moral of this whole story, me sharing this, is do not be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to send that DM. Start what you want to start. Just get out and just get your name out there. Show your work. It's kind of what I'm doing with this YouTube channel, is I want to document the process that I'm taking to really growing my business and growing myself and providing for a family and doing something that I just love to do. I love making videos. I love making content. I love camera gear. Ironically, I love golf, so you might get to see a little bit of that. So I'm excited for you guys to come on this journey with me and see and watch my story, and hopefully you can learn a few things while I'm learning them as well. I'll be super sure to share all of that with you guys so that all of my ups and downs you can learn from one way or the other. Since then, I stopped working for him, and I'll kind of share those reasons with you while I'm over there cleaning at our old apartment. Oh, all right, so I made it to the old apartment, and like I said, I was able to make some good money doing golf. I was charging I think it was $250 for a 20-minute video, which now that when I say it out loud, it sounds even stupider than it probably was. How do you feel about this?
So disappointing.
Huh?
I said this is so disappointing.
Why is this disappointing?
Because I should be in bed.
Yes, it is late. It is late. We are tired. But people want to move in here, and we want a security deposit back. Anyways, it was honestly like living a little bit of a dream. It was so fun being with like the YouTube golfers and getting the cool experiences. And I actually got a really cool Black Desert job that paid me $1,000 a day to go out and to just film the Black Desert Championship. And I did that for like 7 days. So that was a big chunk of income that came in and was one of the coolest experiences. But that really came because of the connections that I had made with Melosi, with Good, and all of that. So not everything has to be just for monetary value, but at some point, bread needs to hit the table and lights need to stay on, right? And so it was kind of getting to that point where I was having to turn down higher paying jobs because I wanted to keep the experiences. And at that point, I had to think about how it was about more than just myself. Giving up those opportunities were hard. It was a hard decision, and I didn't really want to. And I still honestly get FOMO when I see like their stories and stuff like that. Probably was for the best because I was able to pick up a lot more work and get a lot more done and actually get started on some of the stuff that I wanted to, like this YouTube channel, when I gave up YouTube golf. And I actually ended up starting golfing more, which is kind of funny, kind of ironic. I ended up being able to play more, which I love to play golf. I love the sport. I enjoy it a lot. So I want to see if there's more opportunities to do more golf. Not sure where that is going to come from or how it's going to come from. Hoping to see if I can work something out with Black Desert, but right now I just get to play it when I get to play it, and hopefully I can make enough money that provides me the opportunity to play more. Okay, so it's 1:51. We just got done cleaning, and we needed a reward. We needed a reward. You can't put it on me yet. You got something.
I got one thing, maybe.
Anyways, we're gonna eat tacos, and I think this concludes the vlog.
Good night.
Good night. Good morning.